How was 2024 for you as a YouTuber?
Um, as a YouTuber, I would say the first few months was very rough. The channel in the first few months wasn't doing good at all. Even though we put out videos every week, the channel was doing well, not the standard that it used to, but then it changed the second half of the year, where we actually brought it up to where I felt like I was satisfied, and it grew like it should, the channel, and we put out content that a lot of people wanted to see.
So when you said the channel struggled a little bit
Yeah,
in the first half of the year,
yeah.
what do you mean it struggled a little bit? Like in what sense?
I had a lot of things going on in my personal life. I was getting married, which took out a lot of time, and also I was preparing being a dad, a father, parent, and in the first half of the year, March, my wife gave birth, and I had to be there for her and our new son. So therefore, a lot of my energy went towards that and not towards making good content. Even though, as I say, we put out content every week, I knew in myself that we could do better, and the channel suffered because of that.
What was the biggest challenge in 2024?
The biggest challenge of 2024, I would say balancing my private life with being a content creator. It's what you can say, a new role to step into, role as a husband, a role as a father, and then at the same time being away and try to create content. And it's not easy to be a husband and a father when you're only home in the weekends, and most of the weekends you do the editing before you return back to the village. So that was definitely a major challenge, which affected my private life a lot, I would say.
What was one of your biggest accomplishment for 2024?
My personal life will be like getting married and becoming a father, a parent. Career-wise or professional-wise, I would say getting the grant for the Seawall to finish the Seawall project. That was major, and also like doing other charities like renovating the Delacruzia home and one dorm, and then now just finishing Jyotica's home. As a YouTuber, I would say stepping out of my comfort zone and leaving the village to seek new challenge and challenge myself as a content creator. People, I've spent 2 years in the village where we did a lot of videos, and I came to a point where, I guess it's like that also when you like work when you have a job, then it's just become like every day, like
Autopilot?
yeah, it becomes like autopilot. I've always wanted to explore other parts of Fiji, and I felt like it was where I think the channel was heading towards, in order to evolve the channel and evolve myself as a content creator by stepping outside my comfort zone, which was the village, and challenge myself by going to other parts of Fiji and other villages and learn and live amongst them, which is very challenging. Maybe people may find it like frightening, you know, but you know that's the beauty of it.
So you're saying it's one of your biggest accomplishments because you're able to step outside the comfort zone of Nauti and being able to do it on your own.
Yeah.
Why are you not in Nauti anymore?
When I started out as a content creator in Nauti, and I met my wife, and the first 2 years, almost the first 2 years, I was spending Monday to Friday, sometimes Monday to Saturday, in the village, and then in the weekends, I was spending with her. And you know, as time goes by, when you become a parent and a husband, your priority changes. Like, it began to affect my personal life, being away from my family for so many days. And when I came to be with them for the weekend, all I would do is like basically editing. I would like, our time together would be so limited, so it felt like I was there, but they didn't feel like I was there. You know, if I can say it like that. I wasn't spending any time with them, and it affected them. And you know, we came to a point where we agreed that I needed to spend more time with the family. And when you become a husband and a parent, then your priority changes. And I think everything happened at the right time, and now I can actually spend more time with my family doing what I do now, like traveling around Fiji, because when I come home and take a break, I can actually be home for a week and a half.
So people may not understand how it works because you're still going to village. Maybe you could explain what happens when you're in Nauti and what happens now that you've taken on this new challenge. What is the difference and how it benefits your family so they could understand?
The big difference is like in Nauti, I will spend Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday, and then only spend the weekends with my family. Where now, when I travel, it's usually a week I'm away. So I travel, vlog for a week, then come back, then I have 1 week break. And from that, you know, is why I do the editing and stuff like that, and also like have time to spend with my family.
So couldn't you do the same while you're in Nauti? Couldn't you spend a week in Nauti and a week here at home and still do the same thing? Like, how does it work differently?
So people, it's different because when I go to Nauti, like I still have to do village commitments, you know, village work. And when you plan to do a vlog, then guests come, and then that goes out the window because you have to go and entertain the guests that are coming, or functions that, you know, you can wake up one day and then you have everything planned out, and then bam, there's a function all of a sudden, you know, and then the elders say, oh, you need to be here in the village. You have so many village commitments at your own village that you have to attend to, and it's not the same way when I go and travel to other villages, because I'm just there as a guest and they just let me vlog, and yeah, that is the big difference. Like, I'm more productive, like what I do now compared to to what I did in the village, in my village, sorry.
What are the boys of Nauti doing now?
Some of them are still in the band, Vono Yao Yao, where they still release music, and some of them are working. But other than that, they're good.
Do you still meet them up, communicate with them?
I haven't actually talked to them or met them. I've been so busy, to be honest. So
How is the Seawall going?
they're still working on it. They just finished the second part, and then the third part they're gonna begin on. I don't think they'll begin on it now because now it's festive season. But after the festive season, they're gonna start where from the marina up to the school. That's like the third and final part.
Maybe you could explain what is the first part, what is the second part?
The first part was the village itself, and then the second
The
part.
front.
Yeah, the front. The second part, they started like building, like to make a wall so they can, extend the village towards the sea because we can't extend it.
So where is the second part?
That is from the end of the village.
Kuku's home.
Yeah, from Kuku's home. From Kuku's home down to the piggery.
Okay. And then the third part is
from the marina, Momosin Chiki's house.
Yeah, to the school.
All the way to the school.
So when do you expect the seawall to be completed?
Everything in the village is village time, Fiji time, and let's hope by March, April they can finish it. And
do they still have enough supplies
yeah,
to complete
like the grant is there. Has been paid for and everything, so the materials are there. It's just the building it that's left, as you can say, constructing it. But everything is there.
I believe one of the sponsors has given some money for the end function.
Yeah.
So is that something that's going to be happening?
Yes. We're planning to have a big party when the seawall finishes, and some people have been donating, and we, the team, are specifically all the money that have been donated to the seawall that hasn't been used will go to that party. Okay. So once we finish this, there is a big celebration, and hopefully with that money we can feed the whole village and make a good party. Maybe I'll return to vlog it. Let's see, I don't know.
Why don't you use a mic while vlogging in the villages you visit, or a drone, so for better images, as people have requested or suggested?
Before I started doing this, I it was in my plans to buy a drone, and while I was preparing for the career as a content creator, I studied and watched a lot of YouTubers, and then there was this guy. He's a Norwegian guy who also he's a travel vlogger, and he said that he used to use a drone, but because his vlog is always on the go, he said it destroyed the quality of the vlog because he had to stop, take out the drone, and then put it up, and then
navigate
fly.
it.
Yeah, and if you see with my vlogs, there's a lot of activity, going out to sea, going out to the jungle, the farm, crossing rivers, and it would just take up a lot of time because I want to feel like with my vlogs that you I'm trying to capture it in a way that you feel like you are there, with us, and therefore I don't wanna use the drone because I don't want to lose sight or lose the momentum of you know of missing out on something that can be vlogged. And the mic people are like, this one, or if you have like the mic to, I don't know what you call it, like outdoor mic, or it like it's just too hard. Then you have to take it off on.
So in some of your vlogs, I believe the voice quality or your voice is not heard. Maybe you could explain why actually it happens.
Yeah, like if we go to the sea and dive, I put on the case and it takes away a lot of the sound. So that's why, like, if we dive and my voice is low, is because I have the case on, and this is like particularly for when we dive at sea, because I don't want to take a risk. I like, my camera is waterproof, but the sea here is very salty, so I don't, and also like the pressure of the water, I don't know, so I don't want to take any risk with the camera. But if we dive in fresh water, I'll just dive without the case. So yeah, I won't use a mic for now.
When are you going back to Denmark?
Um, 2027.
And you're going back to for good?
No, just visit.
Okay. So you're staying here for good?
For now, yes.
Was that really a ghost in the Airbnb you stayed in Nandi?
Um, no, it's my wife who had like her, what you call it, Indian sari. Sari. You had your sari on.
No, it was not a sari. It was
Oh.
just a long dress.
So that day where I shot that vlog, we actually just came back from the airport to pick up my mom, and it was the first time she was gonna see my son, and that's why my wife wore like this long dress when we went out to the airport and when we came back. So when she passed by, she was actually going to the room where we were gonna use, me and her and our small son. And it was just the right angle at the right moment that made it look like a ghost, and it's my wife. And I was actually in Kandavu, out trolling, vlogging, and then we were going out at sea, and there's no connection there. You have to go up to the school. I think they have Starlink there, but or else if you go long enough out of sea, you can catch. You can have some data connection, and while we were going, and then suddenly I could hear like bing, bing, bing. Like my phone was vibrating. I was like, "What?" And then I took it up, and then it was my wife, and then she said, "We have an issue. Like, you need to go."
A ghost issue?
Yeah, and I was like, "Ghost issue?" I was like. And then I just messaged, "Okay, I'm out trolling right now. When I come back, then I go straight to the school." So when I came back there and then logged into the internet, and then it was just like, as soon as like I connected, then I just got messages from random people sending me the video, and my wife sending me the video, and oh lord. And then I was just like, oh, this is so stupid. So I just wrote a message on YouTube on this specific video, and put a pin on it, so so people could read that I explained this is my wife. Not this is my wife, but this is a family member who also stayed there. Like, it's not a ghost. And then some people they wouldn't accept it. Like they kept going and demanded me to, make a statement where I came out and made a video about it, and I was like, you know what, I don't want to spend more energy on it. Like if people want to be that stupid and believe in ghosts, that's on them. Like what I said the first time is the truth, and that's why you guys didn't hear anything from me after that. Like I just thought it was so stupid. So, and people have been asking me like when they meet me, did you see the ghost? And I was like, dude, it's my wife. Like, stop. And they was like, what? We really thought it was a ghost. Moving on. But I would say thank you for the people who made it go viral, because I got a lot of subs. My sub went through the roof. So thank you for promoting my channel.
What was one of the most fulfilling vlogs that you did this year?
Fulfilling vlogs I've done this year. I would say when my family came to visit, doing vlogs with my siblings. Before they came, my sister, she was like, when we spoke on the phone or video call, she was like, I don't want to be a part of it, you better not show my face, so, and then as soon as she landed, I just stuck the camera in her face. And then she was watching my vlogs while I was uploading, and then she found out, oh, it's actually okay being in front of the camera. And then she was like, wanted to be part of the vlogs. Um, but definitely my brother. We spend a lot of time together, and I'm happy they were there, because it also boosted the channel. Like I think people were interested in seeing how they adjusted to village life, and they brought some banter too.
What was the most scariest moment or while vlogging this year? Or maybe an episode, or a video?
Uh, I don't think I have any specific, like, I can think of. I've done so many this year, but I remember the beginning of the year where my Tavale, when we went to my Tavale's funeral in Nawaka. I don't know why, but I felt a bit uncomfortable vlogging there. Like, as soon as I was finished with vlogging, like, I just went away. Like, my wife booked me this Airbnb room, and I remember, like, I just came, vlogged, and after that I would like go, and people would ask me like, "Hey, stay, grog," and stuff like that. But I don't know why I felt like that, but that's, I think, what I can remember. Like I felt very uncomfortable um, vlogging there, yeah, but you know, um, we did it, and it was just, I think, because like how
How he died?
yeah how he
Passed
died,
on?
yeah
How he passed
how he
on?
died, it was like
Tragic?
tragic and also like scary, yeah. Like he drowned, and we went to the place uh, where he drowned, and like we were basically in Nanji, me and my wife, and then randomly my mom called and was like, "You still in Nanji?" And I said, "Yeah." We were actually sitting in McDonald's,
Yeah.
doing a meeting, um, and then my mom called, and then she said like, Momotukai, like my uncle, um, son, like he went for swimming and now they can't find him, and um, they think he is gone for good. So we actually like bought tea and stuff like that to go and drop it off. And I haven't seen my uncle for many years, and my uncle is My brother is named after my uncle. Um, so when I came there, like we haven't seen each other for so many years. Like it was very very emotional. Um, and then the week after, a few days after, I had to go back to Nauti for the funeral, and yeah, and there were I think a few other drowning
Oh, I
happened.
think it was another boy.
Yeah,
The
another boy,
same.
but the like I think it was just the whole vibe with the story and where it happened, and it was just like, yeah, I don't know, I just felt a bit uneased being there. Like,
So you love wearing those hats. People are asking, why is the hair gone and are you going to bring back the hair?
well, I usually could keep my hair. People like, who wouldn't want to have hair? But I started to have receding hairline. You know, my hair was beginning to give up on me. So, and I've always said that when I turned 30, I would like cut it off. And I've been talking to my friends back in Denmark to maybe go down to Turkey and get a hair transplant. um, but yeah, like it's actually when I was like a young kid and through my teenager, I was always bald. You know, I always like took the shaver, and then in my 20s, I was like, okay, now I want to grow an afro. You know, and then uh, when I was like 26, 25, 26, I could see like it was slowly giving up in front here. And then I said, when I hit 30, I will shave it off. Um, but yeah, I don't know if I'll go to Turkey or leave it like this. But for now, um, I'm gonna go bald.
People want to know why doesn't your family, your wife and your kids feature on the videos?
A lot of people have like asked and hated over that. I don't want to show my family, but you know, like I just want to do it for privacy reason. Like I don't want my kids to be out there. And when I started this to make content, when I met my wife, the first thing she said, like, I don't want to be part of, like, I don't want to be shown at all, you know. So I also have to respect her decision. And as a parent, like, social media can be um evil. The world is not a good place. So I would rather just you know keep my private life. I mean, keep my personal life private. I don't want my kids to be shown to the camera. And my wife said like she doesn't want to be part of the vlogs, but everything behind the scenes, like now, she will help, and she's like a big part of what we do behind the scenes.
The last question, and then we can finish it off.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to know what is happening in 2025.
We're gonna continue doing what we are doing now. We're only like 3 months in, I think. There's definitely more place to visit. Like,
You started in August.
yeah, I started in August, and then there's still like I would definitely want to visit every provinces. I think it's doable uh, when we reach the end of 2025. Like um, a big, a must for us is going to Lao Islands, the Lao province. We don't know what island yet, but
So how many provinces are there?
there are like 14, and I've been to in Vanuatu. I actually been to all of the Vanuatu province, but where I've spent the most time in was in Wainunumbua, and then I've been to Tailevu, and then Namosi, Serua, and
Lomaiviti?
Lomaiviti, of course. um,
Kandavu.
Kandavu.
So you've been to 6.
Yeah, and I can say like the Real Promise where I was in Bangor for one day, but that doesn't really count, I would say. But so still a few left.
8.
Oh, I also been to Rai where we went to that birthday. It was not like where we spent uh, days there. We spent maybe like one day and then we came back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So 8 more to go.
yeah. I think it's gonna be doable to do all. So right, like um, on Monday we're going to the Cone Road for a week. So that's one more off the list.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, people, man, more exciting vlogs coming up, and I hope we can do a major tour this year. I wouldn't say where to. It's still on the planning, the brainstorming, but I really hope we can do that major tour. I don't wanna put it up there. When it's official, it should be just like dropped on the channel, like bam, and then you guys will be like, wow.
Maybe you could talk more about if people want to showcase their village, or they want you to visit their village. How can they go about it?
Where we're going to now, our next tour is actually one subscriber or person that watches our channel that reached out to us and asked if you wanna, go and visit his village. And if you guys want us to visit your village, reach out to us, email or through Facebook. On YouTube, we have our email address there. You can find it on our YouTube channel. And then message us like if you want us to come to your village and what kind of content we can do while we are in that village, because when we've been out to some of the villages, we don't really know what content we can do. And then when we arrive there, then we are like, okay, thinking about what we can do there. So we would like if we come there, we already know what kind of vlogs we can do to make it easy for us, to make it easy for you guys, because we want to showcase the best of your village, what your village has to offer. Like we don't want you to be like, oh, they could have shown this but they didn't, because how should we know? We don't live there. So don't be shy to reach out to us, and if we can make it happen, we will make it happen. Like when we go to the Conrobe now, when you reach out to us, you will, for the most part, hear from our admin team, and then if you can make the trip happen where we can come and visit your village, then we would take it further and message back and forth. And sometimes, or most of the time, I'll be in that chat. I may not be replying that much or not reply at all, but I see all the messages because a lot of time I'm away. I don't have access to the internet some of the places. So when I come back, I do have internet and I'm in the group. I can get updates, and once we finalize it, then then I'll make sure you hear from me, if I can say it that way. Like when we are going to add, he came all the way from Nanji, the person that we are gonna stay at in the Count Robbie, came all the way to Nanji from Suva, and then we went to meet with him and talked a bit, and now been chatting almost every day. So he's getting ready to pick us up from Sub in a few days. I'm very excited. Like I said to him, that I'm really looking forward to this trip. And he was like in the chat, like worried that I wasn't replying, and then our admin team said, no, he's like, it's okay. He's good. He's just like that. People, we got so many invites that from now till March we basically like booked out, if we can say it that way. But that doesn't mean that we don't want to come to your village. Like, then we're just gonna try to slot it, after March, or find a date where we can slot it in. And also, like, it is hard for us to go to a village and be there for a week, like not only to vlog, but we basically drink rock every day. Like, it takes a toll on you, and you need that break when you come back, and also, like, I have to do the editing and everything, but yeah, when you are a guest in the village, and of course, like, the villagers want to come in Talanoa and stuff like that, then us Fijians, when we Talanoa, it has to be around the grog bowl, and it takes a toll on you. Okay, farvel. As I say to my son in Danish, farvel, like goodbye, and he is like, he doesn't like that word. Yeah, but farvel.